the side of the road. Let's be careful.
All right, so the follow-through consulting Buck Doyle bolt gun debrief from the coolest place in the world in New Mexico.
Yes.
You came into this without much. Did I just do something again? I just put the fucker in neutral.
It's okay, leave it in there. This is real life.
I wish that they would make cars that have like not these
Like
little dials.
Like when you just used to like.
Yeah,
switch
okay,
the gears.
I want.
Like you push a button and it's like
I want a shifter column in everything that I drive. So the Doyle debrief.
Yes.
Facility.
Huh?
Facility. Tell me about it.
Tell you about
The facility.
The facility. The ranch. Oh my gosh. It's my second time here. Absolutely beautiful place. As far as the eye can see, it's owned by
a South Texas oil tycoon.
Yeah. They're amazing people, like super humble, and just everything is so beautiful, so green. There's wildlife everywhere. You see like deer, elk, cows, but so much like wildlife here. It's absolutely beautiful. In New Mexico, where I used to think New Mexico was kind of like a desert, but being in this place is like, wow. It's so impressive.
Yeah, and I think they have something like 31,500 acres in the mountains of New Mexico, right at the Colorado border. It's primarily a cattle ranch and a hunting ranch. It has some of the most epic hunting in the world.
Definitely the most beautiful place that we've ever done a training. So
yeah, and we train in beautiful places.
Yeah.
And then but the vastness of the land allows us to be able to train in, I don't know, 75 different shooting ranges. Which is just incredible.
Not what we did this time around, but there's so many options.
Yeah, from pistol to bolt gun, and I hope that Buck and Connor do an NRL hunter style match here. Like we're still driving. We've been driving for 20 minutes, and we're still on this property. We'll be on the property for the next hour, or the next 45 minutes driving into the local town.
As far as the course, yeah, you said like, okay, we're here. I came in, etc. In Denise style, I was very nervous coming in because whenever we do one of these, I feel like oh my gosh, like I'm not gonna know as much as everyone here. I know that that people who come to Buck's courses are advanced, fairly advanced, and they have like a level of training. Many people that come to his courses have military backgrounds. And I'm just a girl from East LA, born in East LA. Born in East LA. Showing up to these courses, like I don't have any kind of military, law enforcement, anything
or competition
experience.
Professional.
I'm married to him, and that's how I've learned. Yeah. So for me to show up to these courses, it's always nerve-wracking because my personality is like, I don't want to suck. Like I hate sucking. Like whenever I show up to do something new, that's my own thing that, I have to work through, but whatever, I don't care. Maybe that nervousness prepares me to actually pay attention and learn and be better. Who knows? It served me well, I suppose.
So what was it like on day one?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
When you first started?
I was so nervous, and like the nervousness definitely got the best of me, and I was telling Buck decided to separate us just because. What was it like?
Because he didn't want you.
No. I think it was like the guns that were next. Oh, we had zeroed before we went out to the the ranges. We had zeroed, and I heard like the
muzzle brake off another gun.
They were super loud, and I knew I can't be next to that because it's gonna blow out my ears. And so then Buck separated us, and we were I don't know, one or two people, whatever it was, but I'm used to being next to you because if I feel nervous about something or I don't know something, I know that you're gonna help me. I know that you pick it up, and then you kind of like, you know, like help calm me down. And
but that's also part of the course is designed that Buck doesn't want Denise and I talking to each other. Like he wants.
But whatever class we've done together, that's always been the case. But this was the first time that starting out, we were separated before we started doing anything like very long range. And I felt like in that moment, like I forgot everything that I knew, and like, wait, we're gonna dial. What are we gonna dial?
How do I dial the thing? Like, what do you do?
Like, what do I have to do? Like, I was freaking out in the moment, and like Buck caught it. So,
yeah.
He's like, woman, what questions do you have? I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like I forgot everything. Like, I don't know anything. He's like, me too. Like, that was his response. I'm like, okay. Basically, like, don't worry about it. We're gonna go through everything step by step. Because at this point, I'm the one thinking everybody here has, like, experience and they know what they're doing. And I'm the only retard loser,
and then what was the reality
that like, doesn't know. And the reality was that was not the case.
Everybody, from the professional guys to the new guy, they all had the same questions, the same struggles.
Were confused about wind holds, like left to right, and like didn't know the kestrel. And I've already had experience with that. So as soon as Buck started like reviewing that, I'm like, oh yeah. After the first 2 shots, I was like, I'm good.
And then
I'm good.
How was the course after that? When did you start making hits?
Pretty soon after that.
On that same concrete pad that you were freaked out.
Day one.
That you didn't think that you remembered anything.
Like 15, 20 minutes after I was freaking out, I was solid, I was good, I was making hits. I was not worried anymore. The only time, like those 3 days up to, I don't know, a couple hours ago, where I felt like
struggling.
Like struggling and kind of out of place was when we were going at very far distances.
Which is how far?
But my 1,200 above 1,000, because my bolt gun's not built for that, right?
She's shooting a 6mm arc.
Yeah.
Which is a very small but very fast bullet that has no recoil to it. And we built that gun intentionally for her. But Denise found the limitations of that platform. But the limitations of that platform is at a plus 1,000 yards. So,
I know.
But how many people do you know that can shoot a bullet accurately to hit a dude in the face or a dude in the chest at 1,000 meters consistently? You're one of 1% of, or 1/10 of 1% of the population that can even put a bullet into a human being.
Not just that,
at
but
1,000 yards.
Understanding like the math behind it, like mills and like the wind holds and all of that, and like reading the wind. I never thought that I would remotely have any clue what all of that meant. And it's just, I understand it. Like it's not hard. You just have to get behind the gun and observe through the scope what's going on, where your first shot that you take, where it lands, and what correction you have to make in order to correct, like what you
What did you learn about stability?
So I thought that like prone was stable, or I used to, because that's the only thing that I've ever really done.
Arguably is.
Yeah. But like on a tripod, okay. Initially it was kind of uncomfortable because it's like my own body doing the things and moving around. I also learned that some tripods do way better than others. Yeah.
Yes, we'll buy you a more robust, heavier tripod that's 2 legs instead of 4.
But even with what we were using prior to me using Bucks, those first shots, it's like your body translates that nervousness into your stability. But then once you get comfortable, everything becomes more stable after several shots. Like it's just, or you learn like where to hold, when your breathing is doing something or your body's doing something. And I was hitting shots consistently yesterday too. But sitting sitting on like with the bipod. What is it called? Like the
triple pull bipod. Yeah.
Triple pull bipod. Yeah, like holding on to.
Using the tripod as a rear support, so that your gun's hanging. Your gun is supported by the bipod and clamped in at your shoulder.
Yes.
Using the tripod, and being able to lock that in is the most stable thing that you can do.
That's when I felt the most comfortable taking my shots. One thing that I noticed today, maybe we're going a little bit too long on this video, and I don't care. But one thing that I noticed today, we transitioned at the last where we were at last. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
But we were basically I was sitting down, like shooting straight down at that crazy angle, right?
Yep.
And then Bot says, okay, your next target is over there, like on the right side, right? And then like everybody's gonna take turns to take their shot from there. So you have to take your tripod with your bolt gun, and you know, like you're gonna have to physically move it over there in order to take those shots, right?
Yeah.
While everybody was getting ready, some people started shooting, I just instinctively knew, okay, Denise, get up, like move, like your triple pull bipod, like reel everything in, whatever, like set it on the tripod and adjust the height on your tripod, kind of get a feel for where, like, what your angle's gonna be in order to adjust the legs or whatever, so that once I get there, I don't have to do a lot of work. I just know where to go already, and I'm not wasting time. And I noticed some people around me caught on to that, and then they started doing it too. They were like, hey, like, I got this.
Yeah, it's preparation is really cool, and paying attention to always be doing work and preparing for the next thing is really important. So I'm going to make this more women driven, because I can't even get dudes to spend the money, the time, the effort to learn a skill like this, because this skill, what you just learned, transitions to your handgun shooting, your bolt gun, or your carbine shooting, your scope carbine shooting, and everything else. And I don't think that you can get those skills with any of those other platforms besides longer range or mid-range of the bolt gun. So for ladies, is it that difficult to do?
If you were to ask me that question when I first started shooting, I would definitely say, oh yeah, I would never do that, never in my weapon. No,
Sure.
I can't. Like, I cannot do that. But, like I've said it before, and I've shared it in, like, my previous posts, you have to start somewhere, and you have to build up your abilities and your confidence, even though whatever. But for the men, invite your lady to the range and go with her a couple times, make it fun, no pressure situation, but obviously let it be known that you want her to learn a skill in order to be able to protect herself, because you're not always going to be there next to her. And then she's very likely not going to pay attention to you in certain situations, and she's going to get frustrated. And that's just part of it, because she doesn't want to look like an idiot in front of you, and she doesn't want to stalk, but that's part of the learning process, right? So then invite her to courses and do the course with her, even though you are already well above, you know, those skills. Invite her to it, because she's going to feel more comfortable with you there, and going to be listening to an instructor who is going to be saying the same things that you've already told her, but she's going to hear it in a different way, and she's not going to feel judged by this person, but she's going to take in that information, that knowledge, have that experience. Then you go to the range again, keep building on those skills, then go to another course and do the same thing. Go to the range, keep going, have fun with it. It doesn't always have to be like, if you don't hit the target, no, just go and have fun and enjoy it. Go to another course, and then go to another course, and then keep building to go to, like, the next level, and the next level, and the next level. So always keep inviting her and always be supportive and always keep emphasizing the reason why you're bringing her along and why everything that she's learning will be beneficial, not only for her, but for you as well. Because if shit hits the fan, it's going to be good for the both of you to have those skills together, so that you know that she has your back, and then, you know, obviously she knows that, like, you have her back.
So talk about Buck as an instructor.
Buck as an instructor is definitely my favorite instructor. Once I got over that initial, like, introductory phase, because I do have a favorite instructor for that phase, but definitely Buck has had the patience with me, going from, like, intermediate to, I'm not saying that, like, that I'm super advanced, but definitely more advanced than most. But he has been so patient, and he explains everything so well. And when you show up to the course, what I've noticed is that, like, he kind of takes inventory of where everybody is at, like the baseline, in order to work from there. And, like, he builds, what do you call it, like,
The crawl, walk, run style approach.
Yeah, where, like, you start off at your baseline and then you keep building the skills off from there.
It's a little bit different with him, in the sense that,
but he obviously he does it in a more advanced way.
He does it in a way that you don't see it that way. So he's gonna get an idea as to where the class is and what we're doing right, and then we're not gonna do that again. He's gonna figure out what we're struggling with, and then he's gonna take us to another range or another target or another position somewhere in that 30,000 acres. That's going to be dialed for that skill set that he sees us struggling with, that he wants us to master. Yeah. So it's not that he's saying, hey, here's the crawl phase, here's the walk phase, here's the run phase.
I know that's a very, like, elementary way of explaining it, but, like, at an advanced level, it kind of still applies, because the crawl level is going to be so different at a more advanced class. But what I mean is, like, there's going to be a progression based on, like, collective skills of everybody in the class, and if there's someone that is still falling behind for some reason, it's pretty much always like their gear, or, you know, like what they bring to the class. Something's not working right, but then he'll take the time during the breaks to, hey, okay, let's go out to like the range and figure it out. Let's tweak some things just to make sure that you're where you need to be. Yeah. And then it ends up working out. Yeah, but he's got the patience, he's got the know-how. As a woman, for me, like, he's got a wife, he's got 2 daughters, so he's dealt with, like, all the things that he can probably deal with on the range with a woman. So I know that when he comes up to me and he recommends things for me to do, or he gives me feedback, it's coming from a place like, I see where you're at and I want you to get better, and, like, here's what to do.
So tell me about gear. Tell me about rifles. Tell me about cartridges. Tell me about the gear that you used. What worked, what didn't.
I'm not the gear girl.
Well, I know you're not the gear girl. That's the reason why I'm asking you, because I can tell all the specs and everything else.
Yeah.
But why the gun? Why shoot the gun that you shot?
Because you built it for me, and because Buck recommended that that's what you built for me, and it was a very light bolt gun that had, like, hardly any recoil, because in past courses that was an issue that ended up costing me a lot. Yeah. And so this time around, there was, like, hardly any recoil on that bolt gun. I felt comfortable. There's been several classes that we have taken. You know, it's like an AR, whatever it is, where at the end, like, the recoil has, it's done. Like my shoulder is so numb, I can barely move my hand, I can barely lift anything.
Well, let's go ahead and tell your 308 story.
Okay, so we went to Thunder Ranch and we it was an urban rifle. It was mid-range precision.
Mid-range rifle.
Mid-range rifle, yeah. And so then...
Which is designed for a 308 style battle rifle.
Yeah. So, that's what I started with, right?
Yeah, you started with a General Defense 308 gas gun with because they didn't want muzzle brakes with a flash hider on it that had a boatload of recoil.
Yes, and so then we went and bought me like the thickest and biggest like
rifle shoulder pad
that we could find, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna be good, because after a few rounds of training with that, I was like, boom, like blasted, like it hurt, it bruised this area right here.
800 rounds later.
No, but so even using the shoulder pad during the course, because didn't we switch over to something else?
I brought 2 SIG Cross 308s, and then we bought you that AR-10 in
AR-10, yeah. But even then, that was like it was so bad, like so much impact. My arm would be numb, my hand would be numb after training. Yep. And then on the 3rd day of doing that course, we were in a small area
inside of a barrel.
During one of the drills,
as a feature.
Yeah, during one of the drills, kind of get in there, but I didn't have enough space to position myself correctly, and so when I shot, like, boom, I got hit so hard that a couple months later, I ended up finding out that it was enough force for me to pop one of my implants at the time. This was in May 2023. By July, I had noticed that it was significantly smaller than the other side, and I had to have surgery in order to have my implants removed. Even though I had already been thinking about doing it, that was a catalyst to take them out. Regardless, I've been afraid of all that recoil. Yeah, I've been afraid of recoil ever since, and taking like any classes like that. But this time, like this bolt gun.
So we built her a 6-arc scoped AR, and then we built her the exact same cartridge in a bolt gun, which is perfectly, that low recoil cartridge is perfectly suited for women. And kids, because it has low recoil, and most people are afraid of recoil, and it's the reason why they'll never shoot anything more than, let's say, a 22.
Yeah, and so like I get it for the women that are afraid of that recoil, because they hear like all you really know, or all I really knew, like as a woman before I knew anything about shooting, was like, oh well, a shotgun, and like it just hurts so much, because that's kind of like all you know of what like a longer like rifle gun or whatever it is. Like you just think like, oh, it's gonna hurt so bad. So but no, there are ways that you can have the right gear, the right equipment, in order to make it enjoyable, and so that you can learn and have the skills not only to save your own life, but be an asset to the people around you.
Rifle, awesome. What other things that were unique that you haven't used before?
Kestrel, I've already used it.
What's a Kestrel?
I don't know how to explain
it. It's a ballistic calculator.
A calculator that helps you know how, like, what your holds need to be at certain distances
for your bullet and your gun and your gun's velocity.
What do you need to dial on your scope in order to hit the target? Which seems kind of like cheating.
It is.
But it's great.
It is, but is there such thing as cheating?
If you have the right tools for it, then
no, there's no. If there's an easier way to do it when it comes to hitting a target, use the easier way to do it. And ballistic solvers is arguably the number one advantage, and the number one thing that has changed shooting. In the last 15 years, the ballistic solver like a Kestrel. So now that you know how to use that, my guess is for longer distances beyond your zero range, that you'll use a kestrel every day for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, I need to learn how to like use it better because here like I got the data like that I needed to input. I don't know all the different prompts and things that are in it. I don't know what.
Do you have a desire to learn?
But I have an understanding.
Do you have a desire to learn more about it and how it works?
Yeah,
awesome,
definitely. After this experience, yes, because like as shy as I come into these classes and like for the owner of the ranch to have told someone like she could shoot it just felt like such a compliment. And I know you tell me that and others tell me that, but to hear the owner of this ranch who hosts like so many people for hunts that pay crazy amounts of money to hunt there, and he's seen everything, like to hear that from someone, it is quite the compliment. So it makes me want to learn. Like I would want to hunt and have like a trophy hunt of my life. Yeah, because I know that I can do it.
You go shoot a cow elk from 1,000 with a 338 Lapua Magnum.
I don't even know what that means.
That's a bullet the size of a cocktail weenie. Or, as Buck would say, 7 PRC.
See, I don't even know what that means. And like, I don't have to know what that means. And that's the great thing.
Give her a gun, give her a gun that zeroed 100 meters with a kestrel and a tripod, and she's gonna screw up either a human being or an animal at $1,000. Is that empowering?
Heck yeah. I feel like I can conquer the world.
Like, and to know that you can do it suppressed and quiet, or to know that you can do it loud.
Yeah. Prior to us coming here, I was like, I told you, and I think even like one of the guys that was with us that was riding in our truck, I'm like, there's no way that I want to go to those ladies classes in Knoxville, because I just think it's dumb. Like I don't want to go shoot with other ladies. Like I don't want to be part of like the girls club that shoots. It's not my thing.
But now you do.
But after this, I just want to show up and do my thing and be like, that's right, just walk away.
Denise has a theme about her.
What's that?
And that theme is Denise will be super nervous for a class.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Like she will show up, but she'll have nightmares about the class for like a month before. And then we'll get geared up for the class. She'll have nightmares on the plane and nightmares the night before, and she'll have a living nightmare the morning of the course. Like, I don't know what to do. How do I put the bullet in the thing? And then by the middle of day one, she will.
This time was shorter.
Okay.
It was after the first
shocking.
shots.
And it used to be by day.
Progress.
It used to be by day 2 that she just follows instructions. But now it's like an hour into it, she's like, "Oh, I'm good," and now she's winning. Like she's got this.
I caught myself explaining to one of the guys that was a Marine that was getting confused by Buck's like corrections on the wind. And I was like, look, this is what's confusing you, huh? Yeah, like you're hearing this, but like you're used to like, oh, from the line, on the crosshairs, like you're thinking left, right. No, he means like left this way. And I'm like, he's like, oh. And I saw Buck in the distance, like kind of like, yeah.
So Denise has a very elementary way of explaining difficult things. Hang on, no, I'm not saying it's terrible. I think it's awesome. I think it's great because I'm like, here, let me tell you the math equation behind this. She's like, look, just do this and this and this because you're trying to do this and try it. And the guy goes ding, and she's like, yeah.
Well, I saw the light bulb go off for him, because even then you were trying to explain it to him in one way, and I was trying to explain to you the way that I understood it, and then you were trying to explain it to me in a different way. I'm like, I'm not gonna listen to you. Like I know, no, meaning like my brain is not capturing what you're saying in that way.
Sure.
I'm just gonna, like, my brain is processing it and understanding it in a different way. And hey, guess what? There's other people that understand things in the way that I do, apparently. So it was just really cool, like, to witness that. Like, me explaining to someone the way that I understood it. Even though, like, once you're tired and your brain starts, like, getting jumbled, and you kind of, like, revert back to old ways, but whatever. Like, that's just, it's part of the process, and I'm okay with it.
I mean, that's the law of diminishing returns. So, would you come back and do another, the next advanced level course?
Yes.
Cool. Are you ready to come to Hat Creek with me? Come on. Shake on it. One of the coolest experiences for me since Denise and I met was I used to shoot a lot, but it was always for me. And now that Denise wants to spend time with me and she comes with me to these things, I've always thought that, I'm going to have to cater to her for this whole thing so that she can get the experience out of it that she needs to. And for a lot of time, I felt like I was lacking in my training and lacking for what I wanted. And then now it's so cool. Like, it's so much more rewarding for her to grasp something than it is for me. And I've become a better teacher and instructor, both in business life and shooting, through teaching her and realizing 99% of the shit that comes out of my mouth, she is not going to accept. And she's not going to take.
I wouldn't say 90%.
But she'll hear the same thing from one of my buddies that I trust, and then she'll come back and tell me all of the ways that she learned how to do it. And I'm like, Denise, A, I may have taught that guy that. And number two is, like, she's telling me the exact same thing that I told her. She just hears it a different way and it's more receptive.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
That's the thing. Like, you're saying that, like, but no, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, and for you fellers that, like,
for you fellers
that, like, feel like this, like, your ego gets hurt by that, like, get over that. Get over that. Do you want her to learn, or do you want her to learn from you? And do you want her to listen to, like, to you the way that you state it?
No. Denise doing guns with me and training has forced me in a lot of ways, not every way because I still struggle with it, to check my ego at the door. And I still struggle with it, and it's not easy. And she's just smiling right now because there's times where I'm like, ah! But all in all, it's been a fun experience. I wouldn't have it any other way. Just FYI, once you get your lady involved with this, when you buy one thing that's cool for yourself, you're gonna have to buy two of the cool things for you and her.
Is it worth it?
100%. Like, I know now that when I need new night vision or thermal or a new gun or we switch calibers or new binos or whatnot, I'm automatically just buying two. I'm going to buy one to T&E it to see if I like it, and the second that I like it, I'm purchasing another one. Because, yeah, she's my wife, but she's actually become like hopefully here soon, becomes my competition partner.
I was really proud of myself today when like other people didn't see where your first hit landed, and I saw it.
And you were telling me, when I didn't see it.
Yeah, you're right above it. And then I was like how many mils? Like half a mil. And then you go boom, ding. Like, I felt really good.
There was two moments where I was like, hey, what was that call? Because I actually didn't see the bullet.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
I have this tendency when I'm on a scoped gun to want to lower my hat so that I have less of a sun cast over my shadow, not realizing that I'm putting my hat bill in front of my scope, so when I shoot, I get a big knock in the head from my hat. And I was like, where did that go? And she's like, it was half a mil high. And I'm like, okay, cool. But just to know that she's growing in those ways, and I've always heard it said, and I'm just finally realizing it. you really become proficient at something when you can teach it in a simple way to somebody else. And I think you and me both are really getting good at learning how to teach things simply. So it's been fun to watch me, like, you have little conversations with people. In a lot of ways, they're more advanced than you, and you're like, look, understand it this way. And they're like, oh, yeah, let's do that. That makes sense.
How am I telling these Marines?
Well, I mean, I'll let Buck answer that question.
No, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I know that they have, like, this knowledge and experience that I will never have. But, like, if I can help for it to click in a different way, simply because I don't have all of this mumbo jumbo teaching from so many different people.
Bullshit.
You know, that I guess maybe they show up with that because of everything that they've been taught, and it's like all like just so conflicting in the moment because you're trying to decipher. Well, I know this, well, now you're telling me this, and I just show up without all of that background like stuff. So like in a simple way.
So what kind of people show up to Buck's courses, and what's the atmosphere like when we're shooting or having dinner or doing life together?
Like I told like some of the guys, I'm always the only woman, or I've been.
That needs to change, by the way.
I've been the only woman at all of the Bucks courses that I've been to. But I told a couple of the guys as we were like getting ready to leave, you know what? Like, one thing that I really love about Bucks courses is that everybody is always so freaking cool. Like, everybody just gets along from different backgrounds of life. You know, you've had people that have shown up have been, you know, like up with military experience, Marine, Army, etc. LEO,
CEOs,
yeah.
Sales guys,
and also like
old farts.
Civilians, people that like decided to take up shooting and they love it and they just want to get better in order to be able to protect themselves and their loved ones, and they've just been like taking every step in order to get better, and ended up finding like Buck, who's amazing, and so then, you know, they continue to take his courses. But it's people from like all over the country. We even had someone from Puerto Rico in one of our classes.
The pistolero guy.
But everybody's just always so nice, so cool, so down to earth. People that are willing to invest in themselves and like really invest in going to classes in some of these amazing places, which means that they show up and they're serious and they want to learn and they want to get better. Everybody's always so family oriented, and like we're like just community oriented.
What's the level of having fun, laughing, and shit talking?
Oh my gosh, all the time. It's like it's nonstop. This class, I felt like the pace was a little bit slower, but it was really good. Like everybody got along, and yes, there were side conversations going on. At other courses, I don't know, but Buck's kind of been like, yo, stop talking, like stop talking to each other kind of thing, because he wants us to learn and pay attention and like gather our own data in order to make our own corrections. But like during breaks, during like breakfast, lunch, dinner, everybody always hangs out, gets along, has a blast. I would say especially at the ranch here that we just left in New Mexico, it's more of a community vibe. I feel like in Utah, everybody kind of goes off and does their own thing during like, you know, like lunch and dinner. So there's not a ton of that community thing, but here in New Mexico, it's great. But regardless, everybody always gets along.
Yeah, and it's laid back and there's no judgment, and the goal is just make everybody better. Yeah, there's a lot of joking around, but there's no egos. Like, everybody wants everybody to succeed.
And even if there's a little bit of ego at certain times, because, you know, people might get frustrated because maybe their equipment's not performing, or like they're just not having a good day or whatever, at the end of the day, just leave all of that at the range, and then everybody just continues.
So what was the highlight of the day yesterday?
So there was a crazy thunderstorm in
Dropped
New Mexico.
1 inch of rain.
Oh my gosh,
in
it was
an
like
hour.
like thunder, lightning, rain. So the roads that we had to drive through to get to the different ranges, they were all like freaking muddy, and you're like, you know, going down like steep hills and whatnot to get to our destination, and some of us got stuck. So it took time to get unstuck, you know, like winches were deployed, and people were everywhere yelling out commands and like do this, do that to try to get unstuck. So that took a while, but you know what? It was part of the adventure. It happened again after 1 hour, after another 1 hour.
So happens it's my truck all the time.
You know, there was probably a learning lesson.
Two-wheel drive trucks, bald tires.
Maybe something that you have to like reflect on, like how that experience affected you and what you learned from it, like how to handle it, how you handle it, etc.
How did I handle it?
No, I'm not even gonna talk. I'm not even gonna speak on that. There was a lot of frustration. That's all I know. But at the end of the day, when everybody was at dinner, after all of that had happened, washing the trucks, going to eat, were there any hard feelings towards anybody? No. Did everybody have fun?
Oh yeah.
Was it what did everybody see like the silver lining of the situation and like just move forward? Yeah.
I didn't think we were gonna turn into an overlaying clinic for 4 hours. But hey, it worked.
And today was like completely different. It was all about shooting. It was all about like.
It rained a little bit today, right?
No, not really. No, it went.
It wasn't as hot today either.
Well, because it was cloudy, but it went a different direction. But anyway, everybody had a blast today.
Anyway, highly recommended.
Yeah. So final thoughts.
If not with.
Final thoughts under 30 seconds.
If not training with somebody like Buck or somebody else that we train with, go find somebody that you like to train with and go learn. Treat it as an experience. Make friends. And involve your significant other, involve your kids. Like, this is something that shouldn't just be a you thing if you're a dude. And if let's say you're a single female or a single lady, like, there's no better community to find than a group of ladies that literally make micro explosions happen and shoot things. And
yeah.
What about you? Final thoughts?
Final thoughts. My learning lesson is, stop getting nervous about doing these things.
But you're still going to be nervous on the next one.
But it's not going to be at the same level. Like, it's going to, like, based on the experience, okay, my first 2 shots and I was good. I'm like, oh, that really stuck with me. So the next time around, I'm going to take that into consideration and just show up ready to have fun and learn. And for the lady out there that is hesitant on trying, like, new things like this, yeah, I know, like, you might be the only female, you might be the only woman in these courses. Do it anyway. It's really freaking funny to see a bunch of dudes hanging out and cracking the silliest jokes and saying like, oh, I shouldn't have said that in front of her. I don't care. Like, I'm laughing too.
She's married to me. Yeah. She's already heard all of it anyway.
Like, you're going to find that you're actually going to have an absolute blast and you're going to learn something. And the more that you show up, you're just going to keep getting better. That's definitely been my experience and I'm grateful for it. So thank you, lover.
Anyway, thank you for listening to the podcast. And this is the shit that Mike says.
No. No.
What are we going to call it?
We don't have to call it anything. We decided to come on here and make a video that went way too long, reflecting on...
This is the adventure debrief of the life of Denise and Mike.
But also the experience of doing bolt gun with Buck together for the first time, because you've done it before. But this was our first experience together.
See ya.